Now we are going to learn about function control structure. Function is simply like offloading some part of work from one part of the program to an entirely separate part of program. For easy understanding, you can think of this real world scenario in the right hand side of the slide. Let's say you are Alice and for some reason you got two numbers 5 and 4.5 to add, but unfortunately you don't know how to add two numbers, but you know that your friend Bob knows how to add two numbers. So what is your option? What do you want to do now? Well, you can call Bob and tell him that, Bob, please add 5 and 4.5. So you call Bob and tell that, Bob, please add, and send the two numbers that you really want to add. Now on the Bob side, what is happening? Bob got two numbers, that is 5 and 4.5 from you. Since Bob know how to add, Bob calculated the result of 5 plus 4.5 and store it in a variable called result, and then return the result back to you or Alice. That is exactly what is being done in function. Here Bob is acting just like the way a function acts in a C++ program. So here, if I just convert this realistic scenario in the form of algorithm, in here it looks something like this. So here in this line, from this part of code, we are calling the function Bob please add, and then we are passing the two numbers that we want to add. Well, sorry for the mistake, it should be 4.5, not 4. So the program called the function Bob please add, and then the value that needs to be added, that is 5 and 4.5, those two numbers. Now whenever this Bob please add function is called, then the program directly goes to this Bob please add function. It locates where it is written, and inside this Bob please add, it basically added these two numbers and store the number in a variable called result, and finally returns the result back to from where it have been called. So it will directly back in here. So, and just notice this part. Inside parenthesis, I have written two numbers, n1 and n2. This is simply like when you are passing these actual values to somewhere, you have to store it in some form of variable names, right? This is exactly what happened when you call Bob. Whenever you are saying, Bob, please add 5 and 4.5. Bob basically stores the number in his brain somewhere. So storing the number in his brain somewhere means you have to store it in some form of variable in the programming context. That's what this n1 and n2 is. And once these numbers are stored, then you are adding this n1 plus n2, getting the result and returning the result back to the caller part. So now this is the direct conversion of that algorithm into C++. Everything is same, but when you want to write this function in C++, you have to follow some syntax. For example, you have to define the data type, where you want to store. Also, you have some other regulation, other grammatical regulation that you have to follow. So a simple demo can clarify it better. So in the next video, we are going to see a demo for C++ function, how it works.